everyone, I'm Keith at 2-Bit Woodworks, and today I'm going to show you how I built this heavy-duty flip-top cart. Let's get to it. So if you've been on Instagram, you've seen the flip-top cart. The difference with mine is I did make the center section a little thicker using two 3/4 inch ply pieces that I've glued together. I also included some bracing down here just to keep it from rocking back and forth. And I also used a 3/4 inch pipe, the same that you would use for your pipe clamps. Not that wimpy little thin-walled stuff. I used some heavy-duty stuff. I've got a very heavy DeWalt planer and a very heavy 12-inch disc sander down here. I want this thing to be rock solid when I use it, not creaking and rocking. Let's get to the build.
I start by breaking down the sheet goods using my track saw. And then cut pieces to final dimensions using the table saw. I picked up some old furniture a while back, and I'm going to be repurposing some of the 1/2 inch pieces to make the drawer. The table saw makes quick work of trimming the pieces down the side. Once all of the pieces for the drawer and carcass are cut, it's on to drilling the pocket holes. I clamp both the side pieces together to make sure that they have consistent placement of all holes and cutouts. After clamping, I measure out the placement for the hole that the steel support pipe will go through, as well as the locking bolts. And then drill each of them out using a Forstner bit. Once the holes are drilled, I will extend the locking bolt holes to the edges of the sides using the jigsaw. The next step in the assembly process is to attach the bottom and sides together using glue and pocket screws. Then I attach the middle support shelf, also with pocket holes. I flip the carcass upside down to mark out the locations for all the casters. Pre-drilling before securing with screws will ensure that there is no splitting in the plywood. Then I attach the casters using 1/2 inch pan-head screws. Flip it over to make sure it rolls. Success! Time to gather up those repurposed pieces for the drawer assembly. Glue and screw make the drawer box nice and sturdy. As well as square. Then it's back to the table saw to rip down some 1/4 inch plywood for the drawer bottom. I'll run a bead of glue around the edges, and then secure one of the edges to the bottom piece. I will adjust the plywood until it's flush with the other edges and square. Once square, I can go crazy with the brad nailer. That bottom isn't going anywhere. I installed the drawer slides off camera, and it's time to attach the false front and drawer pull. Now we are on to the meat of the project. The track saw comes in handy once again to cut all the pieces down the side. I spread a generous amount of Type on 3 onto the bottom piece and then make sure it's spread evenly before I add on the top pieces. I used just about every single F-style clamp I have to secure the edges of the two boards. And then, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, I add a little extra weight by putting the planer on top. Once the glue is set, I trim the laminated board down into 2 equal parts. These parts will be the internal structure for the flip top. I take the 2 support pieces and evenly spread some more glue and clamp them to the bottom piece. Let the glue set up and it's time to add the final pieces. The top pieces go on with some more glue, and then I pre-drill and screw everything together. The track saw gets a return appearance when it's time to trim one edge clean. Flip the top over to flush up the rest of the edge. My Bosch trim router is the ideal tool to add a nice chamfer around all the edges. To make the mortises in the top for accepting the locking hardware, I go back to the router and make a few passes, removing more of the material each time to prevent it from bogging down. Keep checking the fit of the hardware until it fits in snugly. Use a 1-inch Forstner bit and drill out 1/2-inch deep holes. Then, use a 3/8 bit and drill through the center of those holes you just drilled to insert the locking hardware. It's a very tight fit for the steel pipe, but a large mallet and some wood makes quick work of it. Drill out holes for mounting your two tools and ensure the placement will not interfere with each other. Once the holes are drilled, use lag screws to attach the lighter of the two tools first, and then attach the heaviest one. Since the planer is so heavy, I will add in a few extra screws just to ensure that nothing goes anywhere. I did notice a little rocking when moving the cart around, so I added in a few 3/4 inch pieces of plywood to act as bracing on the sides.
Well, that's it for this project. This one was a fun one. It was also a much needed project. Having this planer and this disc sander mobile within my shop is ideal. I have a small shop, as most of you know. I work out of a 1-car garage, so space is limited. It's premium. I need some stuff that can do double duty. This can do that. If you like this video, please click the like button below, leave us a comment, and if you're new here or not yet subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click on the little bell icon, that way you'll get notified when we put out a new video. As always, from my small shop, thanks for stopping by, come back soon, and take care.